Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Players Vibe. Today I'll be covering some footage for Modern Warfare 3, as well as additional insights for some of the screenshots and theories that some people may have on the forums that many of you may not be aware of. Just in case some of you may not be aware, this is one of the first teaser trailers announced by Infinity Ward for the upcoming game. Within the next few seconds, we'll be seeing some footage on Manhattan Island as a fleet of ships attempt to ravage New York City. At this point, we'll be hearing some voices in Russian in the background. The speculated translation for the message is, "One will destroy the enemy's hope of victory." As the teaser fades off into the logo, there really isn't much information we can extract based on what we've been given. But the following images that I have here will hopefully shed some light on the multiplayer aspect of Modern Warfare 3. What we're seeing here is the return of the SAS, first introduced in Call of Duty 4. Now, unlike Call of Duty Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3 seeks to bring back some of the weapon-based sprites that we have been experiencing since Call of Duty 4. Much of the designs may be purely aesthetic, and the feature to customize your soldier may not exist for the multiplayer version of Modern Warfare 3. However, we can anticipate some major changes in the way we can customize our weapons to make up for the loss of customizing your soldier, as featured in Call of Duty Black Ops. Multiplayer maps are expected to take place within the regions listed on the map, and the speculated names for the set maps as released by Kotaku.com indicate that we may have a possibility of around 20 maps at the game's release. This image reveals that we may have the PSG-1 entering into the multiplayer scene. It's possible that we may be seeing an upgraded version of the Modern Warfare 2 engine, with greater use of the dynamic lighting, as well as the improved textures presented in the weapon and the background. As we compare to the older version Modern Warfare 2, the Modern Warfare 3 engine seeks to bring in some dynamic fog to the environment. The use of lighting may be similar, if not the same, as the Modern Warfare 2 engine, but later the screenshots will prove that some of the environments will have a unique sense of lighting that will give it a distinct atmospheric feel that we do not see in the current engine Modern Warfare 2. As we see in these clips, much of the lighting has been distributed in a monotone fashion, making one area feel just about the same as the other. One of the speculated maps, called Carbon, may help illustrate the differences between the lighting of the previous game and the upcoming game Modern Warfare 3. This overlaid image is a demonstration of what the map will look like without the dynamic lighting. And flipping right back into the original image, you can see how much a difference the proper use of dynamic lighting can affect the mood and atmosphere presented in any given image. At this time, there are no clear indications as to whether or not Modern Warfare 3 will have destructible environments. We can, however, speculate that much of the multiplayer maps will make use of much more believable environments. Whether or not it will become a positive aspect of the gameplay will be up to the players and how the map will be playing out. But as it stands, much of the dynamic lighting will be apparent in multiplayer as well as the single player. What we have here is an extracted model of the helicopter, which may serve as an indication of possible military vehicles to be available in the multiplayer. And current speculation states that much of these vehicles may be available through kill streaks. But considering the way Modern Warfare currently plays, it's highly unlikely that the next installment will make the use of vehicles a major aspect in the current multiplayer platform. We can, however, anticipate the maps to reflect much of what the single player may offer, and quite possibly we may be able to see maps that will seamlessly blend in environments to the point where background and foreground will blend into the current designs of the maps. These sets of images, however, prove that there will be greater uses of vehicles, but whether or not it's going to be used in multiplayer is currently vague at this point. But the amount of detail presented in these graphics may, in fact, the likelihood, however, is that much of these vehicles will be used in cutscenes, instead of being able to personally control each one of these vehicles. On a personal note, I'm hoping that these vehicles will not disrupt the current flow of gameplay that Call of Duty presents as a fast-paced action arcade shooter. For those of you who have been anticipating coverage on weapons, the following images will help shed light as to what the game may feature, as well as some of the realistic aspects that Modern Warfare 3 will give the players this time around for customization. And once again, Infinity Ward brings back the M4, but this time around, we'll be able to see more customization features as far as sights and optics go. What's presented here in this image is not exactly what you call a dual scope, but rather what it is a magnifying scope for the EOTech holographic sight. Its purpose is to be able to allow you to switch from close range and long range combat using the same sight. It's very possible that attachments may have effects on whether or not you could pull out the sights as fast as you normally could. Weight may now be a variable which you may have to manipulate in multiplayer. and this image may be a good indicator that you may be able to put more than 2 attachments to a single gun, but whether or not this is strictly for single player purpose is currently unknown. But what we can tell from this image is that grenade launchers may now be detachable and be used as secondary weapons. This could possibly indicate that using a grenade launcher will affect whether or not you could hold a secondary weapon or not. Another familiar weapon returns from Modern Warfare 2. What was once owned by Bushmaster is now adapted by Remington to complete the military designation for the ACR. Upon further inspection, we will notice that the choice sights used in Modern Warfare 2 will be making a return on Modern Warfare 3. Vertical grips may be part of the weapon rather than an optional attachment, and it's possible that you may be able to flip up your iron sights once EMPs goes off this time around. Other returning weapons include the HK MP5, AK-47, AA-12 shotgun, as well as the tactical variant of the Model 1887. And one of the classics, the G36, will be making a return as well. For those of you who have played Modern Warfare 2, the FN SCAR will be making a return as a 5.56 variant carrying 30 rounds in a magazine versus the 7.62 round presented in Modern Warfare 2, as indicated by the size of the magazine as well as the overall size of the firearm. Once again, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in, and be sure to keep up with the ThePlayersVibe for further updates on Modern Warfare 3 and gaming in general. This is Gambit VII, and as always, stay sharp.